What's up, guys? It's Gear Gunworks, and today we're going to be talking about what I take with me dove hunting. So, I am a hunter, bird hunting more than not. I have deer hunted, but I'm just now getting into hunting, I guess, within the last year and a half. I've been going more and more. I don't knock any other type of hunting. I just like bird hunting. That's what I prefer. I think it's a lot more fun than sitting in a deer stand. No hate to those guys. I think deer hunting is very cool, but it's just not for me. So without further ado, let's get into some of the stuff that I take with me dove hunting here in Kansas during mainly the early to mid season. I don't really hunt late season just because it gets too cold and there's not really many birds out anymore. So let's get into it. So this is more tailored toward where it's getting kind of cold in the morning, hot during the day environment. So this button up is what I wear. It's a Columbia Realtree, and you can find them at like Academy, I think. I don't know how much it costs exactly. I got it for my birthday, so I'll have to look that up. But yep, so it's just a button up collared shirt from Columbia. I wear a large. I'm about 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", somewhere around there, and about 210 pounds. I really haven't measured lately, but as I get bigger in the gym, we'll probably have to go up to an XL, but for right now I wear a large and that fits fine. So it does have on the other side some pockets, and it has actually a breathable kind of liner in it too as well. So it's not real thick either, but it will keep the wind down. So we got a pocket. So if you think about it, your generic button up with that little pocket right there, that's pretty much just what that is. And then below that, we have three little pockets there, if you can see that. And I like to store shells in there, so it'll fit a 12 gauge, 2 3/4, 3 inch, like whatever you want to put in there. It fits a 2 3/4 like perfectly to where it's like aligning up with the top, and width wise it fits great, and I can just pull them out whenever. I kind of just push on the bottom and they pop out. So yeah, you can store shells in there, and there's 3 slots for that. So that is the shirt that I kind of wear. If it is a little colder, you can, excuse me, sorry, you can always shed layers. So I wear sometimes a camo long sleeve under it if I'm really feeling cold, or just a really light camo hoodie or jacket. But other than that, I really don't need anything else during, especially early season, because it gets hot anyway. So that concludes the first item. Let's talk about pants, because pants aren't really a huge thing with me personally. Getting stabbed by stickers and stuff doesn't really bother me too much. So if it does bother you, I would recommend getting some brush pants that are like thicker. I think they are more like canvasy, just like a thicker canvas. So the pants that I use, and they're both the same. I wear about a 34 by 34 relaxed, and then if it's like a tighter fit, like a pair of Wranglers, I will wear 36, 34, 36 being the waist. So these are what I wear. Now the pocket's getting ready to blow out of one of these, and I've had these pants for about 2 or 3 years now, and I paid about $13 for them on sale at Costco. I'm 18 years old. Money is not so abundant all the time. So get good deals where you can. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have Sitka and Shane and all these other, camo brands that I'm not going to say they're gouging, because they're really good quality, but you just don't need them starting out. Now, investment wise, yes, go invest in $1,000 pair of waders if you want to not have them bust on you first day of the season, and have good insulated boots and jackets. Yeah, do that. Same with pants. But as far as like early season and mid-season stuff to where it's not so cold, I don't think pants matter that much unless you're really in thick brush that's going to tear up your stuff. Just because I think the money is in the insulation, the money is in the warmth. I think that's the biggest thing. Not even so much the camo pattern, but in the warmth. I think that's where the money is. So just think about that. So these are, I'll give you, and I'll be honest with you, these were on really good sales. So you're probably not going to find them for $13. I'm just giving you the truth. And I don't even think they sell these anymore on their website. But the brand here, if you can see that, it's weatherproof vintage. So vintage, weatherproof. I know it's flipped around. I'll have to fix that next video. But weatherproof vintage, that's what the pants are. And they're kind of stretchy, nice, solid color. So you got your kind of, I don't know what you'd call this, maybe coyote brown. Good work pants, good hunting pants. Now, thinking about going out in the field and hunting, you don't necessarily need camo patterns like this one over here. You don't necessarily need this. But I think it's kind of beneficial to have it. I don't think it's necessarily a must-have at the beginning. Just because I think solid colors do blend in pretty well if you have brush. Like, I was laying down in these, and my uncle couldn't see me coming back from the truck to grab something. He couldn't see me because you cover yourself with brush and things of that nature. You're not going to really have too much of a problem. Now, harsher weather conditions and things of that nature, I wouldn't recommend this type of pant unless it's like a base layer, just because it doesn't cut out wind very well, I'll be honest. So sometimes I'll wear a base layer. I have a Reebok base layer, or I don't really wear cotton because it retains too much moisture and it gets really hot. But I like the thinner, kind of rash guardish material. If you guys do jiu-jitsu, if anybody does, rash guardish material. So these, though, they're good just for a light layer if it's going to be hot and you're going to be moving around. Now, will stuff stab you through these? 100%. But if you're not too big on that, then you don't have to worry about it. I don't. They don't really rip. I haven't had any rips, so if stickers and stuff are getting you, it doesn't really matter. I don't complain too much when I'm out in the field. If I get hit by a sticker, cool. I pull it off and I keep on moving. If there's a ton of them, I'll get them later. It doesn't really bother me. So, yeah. I have the coyote brown, if you guys want to call that it, I guess. And they have just generic pockets, or this one has, on my right side here, this one has a little zip-up pocket, which is pretty good, actually. But just regular old pockets, pretty much. Besides that, the other side doesn't have it. It's just regular old pocket. So they're breathable. They're good. I like them. You're not going to sweat too much in them. But that's one pair. And then I also have the, I don't know what you call this either. Maybe OD green. Maybe a little darker than that. These ones I've kind of worn out a little bit more. I think this is the one that's going to bust out on the pocket. But like I said, I've had these for about 2 years. I've worked in them. I used to run a zinc line at work. So, you know, chemicals and metal and oil everywhere. And still, they held up fine. I've never had a tear. I've never had a rip. Now, these ones are, I would say, kind of falling apart a little bit more, but they're still intact. I mean, you're not going to look like you're going to a banquet hall or you're going to a suit and tie event when you're going out hunting. Some Sitka guys would think different maybe, but yeah, you don't need to look all dapper and everything when you're going out in the field. So, yep, there's another pair. Like I said, I'm about 6'2", 210, 200, somewhere around there, and 34 fit fine for me. Just depends where you carry a little bit of weight, but they are kind of flexible, stretchy. But like I said, vintage, weatherproof. You might be able to find them on Amazon, Walmart, things of that nature. So go try to pick you up a couple pairs of those for a little bit cheaper. Or I would say go with Wrangler. Wrangler has a pretty good pant out that are similar to those. So go check that out. Oh, and another shirt that I won't necessarily wear all the time, but if I'm in thick like wheat or not wheat, but like grass, I would say. I'll wear this just because it kind of blends in a little bit better. But this is Magellan or Magellan. I'm not completely sure how you say that. Magellan. I'll just say Magellan. Outdoors fishing shirt. Actually, it's fishing oriented. I guess you can kind of use it for whatever, but it says fish gear on there, and this is a large as well. But why I like it is because it has a vented back to it, so you're not so hot all the time. You get to catch a little breeze in the back, right, on a hotter day. But I carry this in my bag, so I have a backpack that I kind of carry around with me with a little extra clothing, my orange, blaze orange, like whatever I have in there, just so I have something extra if it gets a little too hot or I want to change things up. So there you go. There's a Magellan button-up fishing gear shirt. It has a couple pockets on it, and it has that vented back. Like I said, it's a little bit better for the breeze. So, all right. So that kind of concludes it for clothing. I wear boot socks, just basic boot socks like Dickies boot socks, and a pair of Skechers boots, like hiking boots. You can wear hiking boots, muck boots, like whatever you kind of want to wear. But I wear Skechers kind of hiking boots that are a little bit, not sure if I have them. I don't have them with me, but I'll either wear those or my Hokas. Really, like I said, I don't care if I get poked. But if I am going into maybe water or thicker, like really thick brush, I will wear the Skechers boots. And they kind of made a comfortable, bigger size for me because I wear a size 15 in boots and shoes. So that was a plus side. So let's kind of get into the firearm-oriented stuff and the storage. So I'll wear this. It's kind of full right now. It's super full. I wouldn't carry this on the regular as far as like how full it is, because I'll just carry like regular 2 3/4 shells with me. So there's some 12 gauge in here, but yeah, this is a $12 fanny pack that I got from Walmart. It's Field Line. Like I said, you guys, I gotta flip it. I know. But Field Line Pro Series, and it's kind of just camo. Got a little bit of red on it, but it's not gonna like prevent you from not being seen. But I wear this fanny pack. I can put my phone in my wallet here in the front pocket, and it has a pretty spacious pocket there. And then there's the giant pocket, which is pretty much just to hold all my shells. So I keep that in my kind of range hunting ammo bag. But I'll bring a couple boxes of shells and then pop them in there. So onto the gun. This will be, oh, by the way, I do usually wear this hat. So it's just a camo Mossy Oak hat. You can kind of wear whatever you want. If it's a little colder, wear a camo beanie. If it's a lighter day, more warm, I guess, you can wear just a camo hat if you want, or just wear nothing, whatever you want. But I have a little bit longer hair, so I like to keep it all intact. So onto the gun. This will be, I guess, not the final thing, but one of the main things that I think is important to kind of get to know. Shoot a lot more, deal with a lot more. Obviously can't shoot anything else I got, but do a lot more training with it, I guess. Use it a lot more. So here, I'll show clear here. And by the way, don't mind that. There's a little bit of I don't know what it is really. It might be rust from the last time I used it, just because there was accumulated moisture in the bag and stuff. I cleaned it, but it still wanted to go back to that. And that's a part of having a cheaper gun, which this is. This is about $200, just depending on where you get it. But this is a Stevens 320 12 gauge pump, 28-inch barrel. It's called the Field. So Stevens 320 Field, if you guys want to look that up. But it's just a pump shotgun. I think it's Turkish made, but I'll show clear so YouTube doesn't flag me down. You see that little orange thing in there. That means there's no rounds in the magazine tube, right? And then if you want to look, there's no shell right there. You see, there's the chamber. There's where the barrel meets the receiver here, and there's nothing in the chamber. So that's clear. I'm capable of handling firearms. I'm of age to handle firearms on my own. So YouTube, don't knock me for that, okay? And we're in a safe and controlled environment. So this is my Stevens 320 Field. All right, it's a good gun, I would say. It's never failed me. I have a little, I know this thing needs to go back a little bit more, but I keep my shells here just because I like to have them more accessible. If I have to go into the fanny pack, I will, but I like to have a couple here too as well. So it's got a nice rubber backing to it. I think it's nice. It has a good swing on it. It's a good weight, not too bad on the weight. The trigger pull's not terrible either. And I think I have maybe a modified choke. So that's pretty much all. It takes 2 3/4. Anything you can kind of throw through it as far as 2 3/4 goes. So I think it's a nice little gun. I know people have had problems with it and issues with it in the past as far as YouTube goes, because I've watched people on YouTube review it and they've had problems with it getting stuck as far as pumping it, but I've never had that problem. So I think I got a good one. So that's a shotgun I use. Just depending on what range you're shooting at, just look it up on Google. Full choke is going to be your tighter spread, right? I think I have a modified, which is a little bit wider. Just depending on what you're hunting, change your chokes out. And I think there is one specific company or two specific companies that make chokes for that gun that are kind of aftermarket-ish. Stevens doesn't make chokes for it, I don't think. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah. So we'll kind of get into the last thing that I kind of take, or the last couple things that I kind of take with me. I'll just show you my backpack real quick. So this is an SOG bag. And it's kind of just a little tack bag. Keep a tourniquet on me just in case somebody gets shot in the leg or the arm or something. We got to tie it off, so I do keep that with me, and a little bit of meds in here. I keep my another pair of socks. I keep my Blaze Orange vest and a hat on here, right? And I keep just extra clothes in there, as well as some gun cleaning stuff for the field. So that's that. Not too exciting. So on to the last thing, the last two things. So this is my bucket, right? Mud bucket. So this actually has a swivel seat on it. You can get better ones. This one was $30 at Academy. So if you want them, go get them. But I think it's very convenient. Look at that piece of grass from the last time we went. So swivel seat here. It's very comfortable, nice and spongy, and you can kind of set it up anywhere you want, and you kind of just swivel around on it when you're hunting dove. So it's got a little pop open top, and this is kind of just like a Home Depot bucket pretty much. I mean, with the seat on it, and you can go do that if you can do that for cheaper. I've seen seats at Academy individually for like $10 or $15. So you can go get that, and then just go get you a Home Depot bucket. Sorry, I knocked something over. Go get you a Home Depot bucket and pretty much just spray paint it if you want. Just sand it up a little bit, spray paint it, and put that seat on it, and you're good to go. So a couple other things. So I don't have the Mojo with me right now. If you guys don't know what a Mojo is, it's like a flapper. So it's like one of these, goes in the ground, and it has wings that spin. It's a decoy. So these are my Lucky Duck decoys, and relatively inexpensive. I got a 4-pack for about $20 at Shields, and they haven't really done me wrong. They got good clips on them, and we made a homemade, so I take cord with me too as well in my bucket, just so I could either tie it to my bag if I don't want to carry it, or just in case I want to string some cord up and have these guys sitting on that cord. So what me and my uncle did, and also, by the way, don't forget, if you guys buy them, there are poles for the ground. I didn't even see them. I'm like, why is this bag so heavy? I left the poles in there because I was like trying to find poles for them. So there is poles for them, and they clip on accordingly. So just like that. they'll clip on and they kind of just stick in the ground. So, but my uncle has the Mojo with him, and we're gonna get a couple more. But you can get some dove calls, things of that nature, but you don't need a lot. But what me and my uncle did is we put paracord on an old wooden flagpole that we drilled holes through, and then we put paracord on. And basically what we do is we just tie it off to a tree or a limb, or we'll wrap it around a little bush, or take a stake and wrap that cord around, and then put our dove on there. And what we'll do actually is we'll take sunflower, because we usually set up in sunflower fields now, so we'll take the dead sunflowers and we'll prop the birds up on the cord and look like they're eating sunflower seeds. So that's what we do. You can do whatever you want, whatever your preference is, but that's what we specifically did. The Mojo works really well. I'd recommend getting at least 2 of them. We have one right now. We're going to get another one, but I think they work very well. Here in Kansas, there's a lot of yellow bellies. That's what we call them. I think it's called the Eastern Kingbird. So you have to be careful with shooting those guys, but those guys will come in on that dove decoy as well. So it works pretty well, I would say. And having more decoys, I think, is better. So we're going to get some more, but that's just what I got. I got 4 decoys and then a Mojo. And they're relatively inexpensive. Mojos can range anywhere from about $30 to $60 a piece, and those are the spinners. And then those, like I said, are about $20 and for 4, and you can get them even cheaper. But I think they're better quality. They have good clips on them. I've seen other ones, but I just don't like the way the clips are. They're kind of weak. Those are metal clips, so I think they're better. But yeah, that's pretty much all I take with me. I would recommend taking water for sure. Stay hydrated. Take a little bit of carbs with you. Maybe eat some carbs in the morning. If you like coffee, that's fine, but maybe take some carbs with you in the morning so you can get a little bit of energy going. Also, take some toilet paper with you, you know, just because you might have to go out in the field after that coffee. But I think that's it. I think that's all that I usually take with me. I know this video is kind of long, but that's what I take with me dove hunting. If you guys want to see some other hunting tips, videos, things of that nature, after we keep on going and progressing in hunting, then let me know down in the comments and we will get that done for you. But without further ado, thank you very much for your time, and that'll be it on what I take with me dove hunting.